Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 16 of the Local to Global series. Now, of course, last episode was another really good episode. We finally started to make a decent amount of profit. We made nearly $18,500 in the first month of 2022. So, we're kind of on the up and up. You know, we're also a small size company, as you can see there. I'm assuming we're pretty close to 36. But let's just advance. Now, there is one thing, as you can tell by the title of this video, I want to make our first stable. Now, my thought process behind this is we've got 3 guys on the roster. They're all Hispanic Americans. They all, obviously, I guess they would have Mexican heritage in their family. Not necessarily Mexican. I suppose Hispanic could be a few different countries in South America as well, but I would assume it's probably geared more towards Mexico. Either way, they all speak a certain form of Spanish, but obviously these guys also speak English because they're American. So yeah, I think Marco Gonzalez, Luis, and the last guy is evading my memory. Yeah, I forgot what his name is. We'll go into it in a second, but basically I'm going to put them together as a stable. I think we might pair them up as tag teams as well, with a similar sort of name for each of the teams based on the stable name as well, which I think could be pretty cool. So we'll get into that. I want them to, I pretty much want to give Marco Gonzalez something to do. So I think putting him into a stable could be pretty beneficial for all 3 of them. Not 100% sure if Gonzalez is going to be the leader of the stable. I think we could maybe potentially find someone that's a little bit better than him to be the stable leader once we go forward a little bit more. So let's keep the stable leader a bit of a mystery. I guess for now we can keep it as Gonzalez, but possibly going forward we might have someone else, and then I guess we could maybe make Gonzalez the sort of protege, or the, I guess the what would you call it? It'd be like I guess he would essentially be the next leader, if that makes sense. Similar to, I guess, like Kenny Omega and AJ Styles, as he kind of took the reins of the Bullet Club leadership, even though apparently AJ wasn't actually the leader, although it sure seemed like he was. I feel like that's going to be going to be a pretty interesting way to start booking. Obviously, we haven't had a stable, and of course, just recently, we've also implemented the tag team titles, so there will kind of be something for them to all compete for, which I think will be a bit of a boost to the series. And of course, we have expanded the roster even further. I think we're up to 27 roster members now. And I think we're only required to have 20, so we are quite a decent amount above sort of what we actually need, which is good, because it gives me options, but then again, there is always the possibility of, workers getting upset. But so far, I don't think we've really, apart from Kamikaze, we haven't really seen too many issues, which I'm very happy about. And our backstage, since we essentially fired our whole first roster apart from 2 people, we're doing pretty good on that front, especially. Now, of course, we were thinking about bringing in another stable, which might have been the stable you were thinking about, which is sort of like our Dark Ministry stable. Still open to that. Still open to that. I'm just not 100% sure how we're going to implement that stable. And I only say that because I don't think Original Sin is good enough. Wicked Lester, he's good, but he's not a leader for a stable. Aldous Blackfriar would have been a perfect option, but obviously he's been signed to SWF, so we can't go for him. Maybe in the future we could, but yeah, I'm still thinking about possibly getting a manager to be the stable leader. Sort of like the manager. I would prefer it to be a woman, is kind of pulling the dark and sinister strings of Doomsday Generation. I mean, speaking of leaders, I mean, Deacon Darkhold would be an interesting leader. But he's just not very good either. Like, he's kind of on Lester's level. Doesn't have good star quality, which would be something I would really want from a leader. Unfortunately, Malik Chamberlain has just been signed to PSW. And I say that's unfortunate. It's kind of a good thing, apart from the fact that he is probably going to gain a lot of popularity. Also, we've now got Americana Jr. back, returning from his 9-month injury. So that's pretty beneficial. He is essentially one of our stars, and we haven't sort of had him around recently. So there we go. Well, with that said, let's get into the next show, and let's book. So who are we missing? We are missing Americana and Goldstein. So that's perfect. He's come back from injury, and now he's gone straight back out to another company. Perfect. Anyway, we got Cortland Bartlett, one of our new signings from the last episode. And he's in a good mood, setting up a pancake station and cooking for everybody. So, yeah, good to have another positive impact backstage. Once again, we're going to do some more meddling between Gary Walker and Taylor Norton. They went to a strong dislike last episode, which was a bit of a mistake by me, I guess, but we're going to try and solve those issues and get them back onto a decent stead together. Now, I think last episode I did a number 1 contenders match. If I'm not mistaken, let me go back and have a look. I feel like we did a number 1 contenders match somewhere. Yeah, I think it was James Diaz defeating Gary Walker. I guess we could have Zelquin in there as well, but let's go for James Diaz. Gonna get a title shot here tonight. Looking forward to this match as well. And, I mean, realistically, it should be a pretty good match. We'll just have to wait and see what the outcome is. I wonder if we can call it. We actually could call the match. I did not mean to take that off. Yeah, so there we go. We're going to call the match in the ring. And, yeah, that should be a really solid world title match. Not too sure about the ramifications of it, though. I guess the next thing we should do is create our stable before we do anything else. Alright, so I got it on my phone here. Let me just take a quick look, because it is going to be in Spanish. But I will give you a translation. So, it's going to be Hermanos de por vida. And I'm not too sure about the capital letters. I mean, por vida might be, or might need to be in capitals. Not too sure if I like it in capitals, though. Yeah, anyway. So Marco Gonzalez. Marco, I guess for now he can be the leader, but I guess in the future... Oh, so Ray. Ray was the guy I was thinking about. So we've got Lewis Frost and Ray Cavallero. And they're just going to be members. Alright, so Hermanos de por vida basically means... Let me do this in capitals here. So it's brothers for life. Feels pretty simple, but I like Hermanos. I feel like it's a pretty cool way of saying brother or brothers. So there's Hermanos de por vida, brothers for life. And of course, our 3 Hispanic wrestlers there. Now, if we set up their tag teams as well, so let's go. I guess we'll do it this way. So these ones are just going to be called Los. Get rid of the capital. There we go. Los Hermanos, which just means brothers. And I guess we'll do Los Hermanos 1. And it will be so Marco, and then I guess we'll go Luis or Luis. Yeah, I suppose it would be Luis. But there we go. So there's them. Los Hermanos 1. Add in Los Hermanos 2. I should probably just copy and paste their actual name. Alright. So new team. Paste that. Go number 2. And that's going to be... Let's go for Luis and Ray. Luis Frost and Ray Cavallero. They're number 2. Add them as a team. And then finally, number 3 will be Gonzalez and Ray. There we go. Final team. And there is our new stable and our new tag teams. So we've got some interesting stuff to do. So let's actually do another match here. And I think we'll go for Los Hermanos 3. And we want them to take on Doomsday Generation. Give the victory to Marco. And, yeah. Los Hermanos are now a thing. So there we go. Which is... literally just means brothers. But then, of course, we have Los Hermanos de por vida? Yeah, de por vida. Yeah, I mean, we might tidy that up a little bit. I'll find out where the capital letters actually need to go in the future. Anyway, next match, let's go another tag match, and we'll have Feel Good Inc. taking on the Rock City Stars. And I think for this one, we'll give Stan Manor the victory as well. I think Stan's popularity's really skyrocketed. Yeah, he's up to a 42 in Ontario. And Ryan Turner's only at a 35, so... yeah, he's definitely done some good stuff. And finally, we'll go one more singles match. Let's give Zelquin another victory. I guess this time he can take on Charlie Corner. I mean, I probably shouldn't really use Charlie Corner because he's actually come up a little bit. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. We can always build his popularity back up relatively easily. Alright, so for the main event, let's go for Davis Wayne Newton. Give him a nice 8-minute promo there. Then I think we'll go for... I wonder if we can go for Hermanos. I mean, Marco really doesn't have very good microphone ability. I mean, Ray kind of does. I mean, Ray could actually be the leader. He actually looks pretty good. He's kind of got the microphone ability. He's got the star quality, but I guess at the same time, Gonzalez has the star quality as well. And of course, he's got wrestling in the blood. I mean, realistically, maybe we just bring in his... maybe we bring in his tag team partner, Carlos Gonzalez. And we have the Gonzalez family. And maybe Carlos could be the leader of this stable. I mean, that could be a decent little idea that we go for. And then we could maybe have... what's his name? Marco be the heir to the leadership. Just something to think about. Anyway, Zelquin, can he cut a promo? Barely. We'll give him one anyway. Just want to give him a bit of a test. So Zelquin, we will script him just because I don't really want it to be too bad. That'll go there, and then I guess we'll go Rock City Stars, I guess. Ryan Turner and Stan Manor. to kick off the show. I feel like that'll be a pretty good way to kick off the show. That should be a really good tag match, actually. Alright, so we need a storytelling. We'll go for this match. Obviously, the story being the new stable. Maybe we could go for a manager for Hermanos Dipor Vida. There we go. I'm starting to remember it. I mean, maybe we could just call the stable Los Hermanos as well. Maybe that would be easier, because it's kind of shorter, and it means brothers. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we change it. Let me know what you guys think. Should we keep it as brothers for life, or should we just change it to brothers? So Los Hermanos, which is brothers, or Los Hermanos de por vida. Anyway, let's run the show. We start off with a 59 rated angle from the Rock City Stars. Of course, they are gearing up to potentially take the tag team titles away from Young and Wasted. It's kind of what they're putting over in this promo. I told you it was going to be a pretty good tag team match, and we get a 51 where we have the Rock City Stars defeating Feel Good Inc. in 11:41 when Stan Manor pinned Zippy Deverell with a rock and roller. Then, of course, Zippy was the weak link. He was also really off his game as well, so it's not too beneficial. Alright, we then go into a 37 rated angle, which I would say is kind of... It's kind of average, I guess, for a sort of new worker in the company with low popularity. With we got Zelquin there, one of our newest signings. His match getting a 35 against, well, where he defeats Charlie Corner in 12:22 by submission with a magic trick. Both of them getting a 37 in-ring. Not too bad, but kind of expected him to be a little bit better, if I'm being honest. He's got 85 basics. I just thought that might be able to carry him a little bit higher, but doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, we then move into a 36 rated match where we have Los Hermanos 3 defeating Doomsday Generation in 12:04 when Marco Gonzalez submitted Original Sinner with a Latino crab. Wicked Lester getting a 38 and a nice 35 there from Marco Gonzalez. Not too bad. Ray Cavallero getting better at his gimmick as well. That's decent. I'm pretty pleased by that. Moving into a 69 rated angle from Davis Wayne Newton, our current world champion. And of course, the main event up next is taking on the youngster in James Diaz. That's a really good match. We get a 66 rated main event for Brutal Vengeance 3. And we have James Diaz defeating Davis Wayne Newton in 1935 by pinfall with an Asian thumb spike. We have James Diaz winning the CWC World title. Yep. You saw that right. James Diaz is our new world champion. Really, really good performance there by Davis Wayne Newton, getting a 75 in-ring. Yeah, 51 there from James. Not too bad. Really not too bad. Alright, so we end the show. We get a 55 overall rating, which is... I mean, it's not what it should be. It should be higher. Let's be real. It should be nearly 60, I would say. But obviously these penalties are still causing a pretty big effect on us, I guess. Which, you know, it does suck, but at the same time... There's nothing you can really do about it. Anyway, so we'll praise those couple of guys there, and then we'll get into we'll see how much money we made for this month as well. Part of me kind of wants to go back to free tickets just to try and get some more popularity. Oh, nice. We gained an extra user point. Okay. Nice. So we'll try and use that. I've got to think about what I actually want to use it on. Part of me thinks that negotiating would be the smartest thing to do because, I mean, it's either motivating or negotiating, I would say. Because everything else is relatively good. We have a solid roster that's not going to really cause any problems. I mean, diplomacy would maybe be good, but I mean, we only have the one negative relationship in the company. I think I'm going to go negotiating and just sort of set ourselves up to be just that little bit better for the future when it comes to exclusive written contracts, which I think could be a bit of a problem in the future. Anyway, let's have a look at this profit. Hoping it's a little bit closer to 20,000 than it was in the last month, but could be lower. Never know. Of course, the economy is falling. We essentially made the same amount. We made an extra 1,000 in ticket sales, but then we also spent an extra 1,000 from our worker costs, because obviously this month here was the tag team sort of mini tournament that we did to crown the first ever champions. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, luckily we have actually gone up to 36 popularity now in Ontario, which is cool to see. I'm still not sure if we're ready for WrestleWorld. That's the only downside I have about everything. Yeah. I mean, instead of calling it, let me change this. Let's modify it. I'm just gonna call them Brothers for Life. I feel like that's gonna be better. I mean, it doesn't essentially need to be in Spanish. So Brothers for Life, there we go. I kind of like that more. And I feel like they really do look like a proper stable together. Anyway, let's have a look at Carlos. So let's reset everything. And have a look at Carlos. There he is, Carlos Gonzalez, 40 years old. He's got some popularity about him. Not the best in the ring. And he really doesn't have star quality at all. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it now. How much would he be? Gonna be 500? Yeah, there's no way. Alright, never mind. We'll stick with Marco. We'll stick with Marco. We might even look to, like I said, bring in a female manager to manage all three of them in the stable as well. Anyway, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to at least do one more month of trying. Actually, let me stop it here. Obviously, it's not responding right now, but I'm going to try and pause the multi-advance, and I think I want to add one more show each month. I think that's kind of the... love it when you keep pressing the spacebar and it doesn't do anything. So frustrating. Anyway, yeah, add one more show. And I'm going to hope that... Well, in theory, we should actually make even more money. So CILL, once again, going further and further into debt. I mean, maybe we could sign someone from here. I mean, Aztec Prince could be cool, but I would realistically like somebody to be in the stable with them. I mean, everybody here's kind of got a mask at the moment. Yeah, everybody's got a mask there. That's not exactly what I was looking for. Okay, anyway. We also got Ray Cavallero now residing in Ontario, so that's pretty beneficial. It's good for us. This, however, is not good for us when we got CWA getting an 87 rated TV show with a 91 rated main event. That's yeah, that's a tough one. And then you've got US Pro getting an 89 with their women's main event getting a 92. Alicia Strong, Sarah Marie York. All right. Let's have a look for managers. I think I want to look for managers now. Was about to sneeze then. I don't think I've ever sneezed on camera before. We'll go either gender just to I guess sort of have a look at what's available. I might actually go every region just to see if anyone stands out. I mean, Aguida Alonso. I mean, she's got good star quality, but realistically, I want someone that's just a little bit better on the microphone. That's going to sort of fit their gimmick. Yeah. I just don't think there's going to really be anyone, to be honest. Especially, like, no one's going to be of the sort of level that I want either. I mean, we've got Constance, who is a Hispanic Australian, which is actually pretty cool. Really good star quality. And her microphone skills are actually pretty good. And she's only just entered wrestling as well, back in August of the previous year. Alright, we're gonna shortlist her. I think she's gonna be my pick, to be honest. We'll go through and see what else is available. I mean, she's really good as well. Deanna Desire. I think we'll shortlist her as well as a manager. We've got Dilorante. Yeah, not good enough. Devil's Daughter could still be that manager for our stable. It's still not that great though. I don't really see her being a leader. It's such a weird one. Like, I really would like to get that stable underway. We've also got Amelia Reyes here. But she's going to be a lot more expensive. Okay, so she was apparently the manager of the American Cobras when they were in Ole together. Speaking of the American Cobras, Storm Spillane actually signed a $20,000 written contract with CZCW. Exclusive written contract, so yeah. We might go with Amelia. We might go with her. What's her popularity in Mexico? See, that's really high. And it's gonna just inflate her cost, which is, you know, not great for us because we obviously want to get people on the cheap, essentially. Alright, what about Gabriela Ortega? I tell you what, Gabriela looks a little bit better. Also going to be... Oh, she's not going to be expensive. Really? I like Gabriela Ortega. I like her. She's got really good star quality, sex appeal, and then the microphone, the entertainment skills for her are also really good. I think it might be Gabriela Ortega. I mean, everybody else is kind of looking... I mean, I was going to say Isabella, but yeah. I really want to get people that are essentially going to be... What about Julia Alvarez? Too bad. Anyway, I think we're finished. I don't think we're gonna find anyone better. I mean, Lucinda Lush is pretty good. What about Marbella? I mean, there are some good options out there. But I just think, I mean, we could get Raven to be the manager or the leader of our other stable. Raven Nightfall, Angel of the Dark. I mean, it kind of fits. He could actually be a road agent, to be fair. Might even be better than Alexander Robinson. But I think we're good. Let's go with the other girl that we found before. Yeah. So what was her name? I should have probably tried to remember it. Wasn't Isabella? No, was it above Isabella? Why have I forgotten her name? Oh, man. Gabriella, there we go. I think Gabriella is going to be a good fit. So let's talk to her. And there we go. She's now active in Canada. Perfect. All right. So let's get her in. She's only going to be 30 per appearance, which I think is really good. There was someone else that I did like as well. I think she was further up, though. What was her name? I would like to find her, because she could also be a manager for someone else in our company. Only problem is I've forgotten her name, and I can't see her picture. There she is, Deanna Desire. How could I forget that name? Well, she's shortlisted anyway, so I guess I can come back to her. But what I want to do is check our new signing. Where is he? Malik Chamberlain. Can he speak on the mic? He can't. So he would benefit from having a manager as well. Is kind of what I think we'll do. So let's get Deanna Desire in to be his manager. Alright, so we need to talk to her as well. Work in Canada. She's agreed to it. Perfect. And let's get her in as well. So she's only going to be 20 per appearance, which is perfect. So both of our managers that we just got in are going to be very, very cheap. But what we're also going to do, so let's go back to our events. We are going to reactivate True Test, which is going to be week 3. And we are going to be running 3, well, that's on Saturdays. I think I prefer it to be on... I mean, it doesn't matter really, does it? Let's go Thursdays, why not? Alright. So let's advance. Hopefully we'll get these contracts sorted out as well. Because I do want to get the managers onto these guys so we can start using them in some angles and getting them over a little bit better. I think that'd be pretty beneficial. I definitely think that Malik, he definitely needs a manager with his really bad entertainment stats. And I feel like, to be honest, with a manager, I mean, he might be able to become champion, depending on how we actually are able to get him over. Anyway, here we go. We've got Deanna Desire. Still waiting for Ortega. Alright, Soul Taker stepping down as the EILL Booker. I mean, he would kind of be the perfect guy to come in to be the leader of that stable, but, I mean, that's never going to happen. Boss Handley. Again, I really need to look into the SWF or the RAPW workers, because I really just don't know any of them, to be honest, apart from our signings that we made on the TCW livestream series, which was... I finally realized what the guy's name was that I was missing, and it's Willie LaRue. So it was Willie LaRue and obviously Moriarty Schnell, which were our two boys that we were trying to do something with. Alright, so here's Gabriela Ortega. She's coming in. She's going to be part of our Brothers for Life stable. If I can find the button. I guess the real question is, do I want to make her the leader of the stable? Or should we keep it as Gonzalez? That's the interesting question. What I think I will do is move these guys down a little bit. So, go Ray, and then I think we'll go Gabriella. So, member, I mean, what is she going to be? I guess support would be the... I guess she could be the deputy of the stable as well. That makes sense, actually. But yeah, I mean, Brothers for Life can't really be led by a woman, if that makes sense. Obviously, just not a brother. Because, yeah, I don't know. That'd be like a weird way of saying something, but yeah. She's going to be the deputy. Let's also make her their manager. Not even too sure how do you make someone a manager. I think it's in here somewhere. So yeah, manager. So Deanna Desire. For our boy Malik Chamberlain. Managed by Deanna. Alright, and then we need to go to Marco and do the same thing there. Not what I wanted to do. So it's going to be Gabriela Ortega. We'll save that one as well. And then we need Ray. And we also need Luis. So yeah, Gabriella. For some reason I keep forgetting what her name is. Anyway. Louise Frost. On to Gabriella. There we go. Okay. Now we've got all that sorted out. Let's advance, because I want to use... I think we might... Let's do a 6-man tag as well. And actually have Brothers for Life debut together, along with their new manager, in a match together. I think that could be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these plans that we've got going forward, at least for the stables. But again, still thinking as to what we are going to do with our sort of dark or darkness stable, whatever it's called. Perfect timing. Pay rise request from Aussie Goldstein. And he's requesting a $620 pay rise. So tough, man, because I love Goldstein. I mean, should I just give him 50%? I mean, let's give him 50%. He's going to be upset. He's going to have morale issues, but I'd prefer to give him 50%, have him have minor morale issues, and then we just get rid of them. Because he's probably going to come back fairly soon. And he's going to want, I guess, another 300 up to 1,000. Anyway, we'll give him that for now, and hopefully that'll tide him over or put him over, at least for a few more months. That'd be ideal. That would be ideal. Alright, so what I think we want to do for this next show is maybe have... Who's BPW? I didn't even realize BPW was in the game. It is kind of sad seeing all these, you know, new companies start to go out of business, but I mean, it's not only the new companies that it's happening to, it's kind of happening to some of the more established companies as well. Alright, so, is there anything I need to do before we go? Just looking at creative. We need to start using Leocaddy LeBlanc a bit more as well. I guess he could have essentially been the manager for Malik as well. That would have been an interesting way to implement him. Cortland Bartlett as well. He needs some more match time. We want to try and get his psychology up. Let's put them two together. Cortland Bartlett and LeBlanc. And I want to see if they... Really? Chamberlain? God damn it. I really wanted to use him. Anyway. So Gary Walker. We're going to go Taylor again. Positive medal. Still nothing. Still nothing. Anyway. Alright. So, let's, we'll book the main event first, which is going to be like a #1 contenders match. We'll have Americana Jr. taking on Davis Wayne Newton. And we'll give Americana his returning victory, returning from injury, becoming the #1 contender in his first match back. I feel like that's a pretty cool way for him to make his return. The next match we'll go with our new stable. The Los Hermanos. There we go. And I guess they'll take on Jay Silver, Pepper Pelton, and yeah, we'll go Zelquin as well. See, he's got such good popularity. I don't want to like job him out. We'll go Cortland Bartlett, I guess. Give them 12 minutes. We'll give the victory to... Well, we'll give it to Ray. Ray's kind of impressive, so... Why not? That'll go there. We need another singles match. Let's go for Jack Pride and Zelquin. Yeah, I mean, we can do that match. I mean, he's got the really good basics, which I kind of want Jack Pride to get rubbed off on a little bit. He does need the help as much as he can get. Although he's up to a 58, so he's been doing pretty well. Hasn't been doing too bad. Good stuff there. And then finally, we'll finish off with a tag team match. Let's have Young and Wasted take on... I guess we'll go a random team. We do have Goldstein here as well. Let's go LeBlanc and let's go Chip Martin. We'll go Chip Martin. Yeah. That's good enough. And we'll give the victory to Kyle. There we go. Okay. I think we'll work the crowd with this one as well. Yeah, non-title match, of course. Then I think we'll go for an angle for Americana. Of course, he needs an angle on his return. So we'll chuck that there. We'll then go for a proper Brothers for Life, although... Now that I think about it, we might have to lower this down to 8 minutes, I think, to get a 6-minute angle in. So Gabriela Ortega will then go for Marco. We'll go for Louise. And go for Ray. I mean, that should be fine just like that. I don't think there will be any problems. And then finally, one more angle. We will go for our boy, Primetime Jack Pride. And that looks like a pretty good show. Okay. I definitely want to do something with Jack Pride. Yeah, see, they're still being used too much on the show. It's gonna be a 7-minute match, I guess. Yeah, there we go. We'll also make this match our storytelling. A bit of a story there. Zelquin's the up-and-comer. Well, I mean, Jack Pride's an up-and-comer as well, but he's been there for much longer than Zelquin, bringing him back down to earth. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. All right, so we started with a 48 rated match, and we've got some excellent chemistry together, which is really good. I'm happy with that. That's perfect. And we have Young and Wasted defeating Leo Caddy LeBlanc and Chip Martin in 11:46 when Brett Kyle pinned Chip Martin with a shooting star press. And then we had LeBlanc being the weak link. However, Leo Caddy LeBlanc and Chip Martin showed excellent chemistry teaming together. So that's perfect. Got a new tag team right there. And honestly, I wasn't doing anything with Chip Martin, so perfect. It gives him something to do, and obviously it's going to help LeBlanc out quite a bit. Anyway, we then move into a 44 rated angle from Primetime Jack Pride. Unfortunately, he struggled going off script here. But of course, he's talking about Zelquin, saying that he is not impressed by his recent victories. He's looking like a bit of an average, overhyped member of the roster. Whereas, Jack Pride, he's been hyped up, but Jack Pride feels like he's been backing up his claims every time he's been put in the ring. That match also doesn't do too well. I mean, just not a good night all round for Jack Pride. So we get a 32 for the match, where we do have Primetime Jack Pride defeating Zelquin in 11:33 by pinfall with a Pride fall. However, Jack Pride was really off his game, so he's really off his game, and he struggled going off script with his promo. Like I said, just not a good night for our boy. Anyway, moving on to a 30 rated angle, which it's not too bad, where we have Brothers for Life, of course, Gabriella. I guess you would kind of think of her in a similar mold to Zelina Vega, with her sort of Hispanic stable that she has as well, in WWE terms. Obviously, I don't watch a lot of WWE, but I've seen a little bit with Angel, and yeah, this is pretty embarrassing. Who's the other guy? Angel Garza and yeah. Anyway, I've forgotten his name. It doesn't matter too much, but anyway, we've got our boys, Brothers for Life, and hopefully this will start to get them over a little bit. But yeah, she debuts her valet gimmick, getting an initial rating of adequate. And it gives a small boost to psychology in matches, even though she's a manager. Maybe that, hopefully, I would like to think that it would give it to her clients, but I'm sure that's probably not how the game works. Anyway, their match getting a 32, where we have Brothers for Life defeating Jay Silva, Pepper Pelton, and Cortland Bartlett in 7:09 when Ray Cavallero pinned Jay Silva with a belly-to-back suplex. And then we had Marco carrying the match with a 36, so not too bad. And Gabriella did some good work at ringside. Moving on to our returning Americana Jr., getting a 68 rated angle here, where he talks to the fans, says that it's been a long 9 months, but he wants to get back to the top of the coalition, become the world champion once again. And yeah, says that he's going to beat Davis tonight in a number 1 contenders match. As you can see, clearly enjoying the freedom to go off script. Moving on to a 74 rated main event. That's our highest ever match, I think. I think 72 was our last highest. But we have Americana Jr. defeating Davis Wayne Newton in 1931 by pinfall with an American Crush. And yeah, Americana getting a 72. And then we had Davis Wayne Newton getting a 73. But that's perfect, man. Best ever match. Unfortunately, it's not going to be our best ever show, probably. Yeah, we only get a 57. But again, it's only because of the production value penalties. Did increase our popularity, of course, but yeah, let's praise Americana. Let's encourage Jack Pride, and let's praise Marco as well. All right, I think that was an excellent show for what it was. Obviously, some of the matches were not too good, but I feel like the booking behind the matches, you know, we're starting to pick up a little bit of steam with that as well now. And of course, Brothers for Life, and of course, Los Hermanos, the new tag teams we've got as well. Just adding some more, you know, some more dimensions to what's going on. I feel like these guys are doing this match every week. Jared Johnson, Shooter Sean, taking on Sunny Wildside and Aaron Knight. And I mean, they're getting really good ratings every time they put it in the main event. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into one more show for the episode. And I mean, I guess by next episode we'll kind of know if we make, you know, more profit. In my head, I would assume we would make more profit because I think we'll make about 4,000, 4 to 5,000 extra just by having one extra show, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, having 3 shows on WrestleWorld, it's not going to translate to the same sort of thing because the production values will be higher, so it'll be higher cost per show, and of course, yeah, the higher cost per show is essentially going to eat into our profits. Even doing the one show or the two, was it 1 or 2 shows that I calculated out? I can't remember, but yeah, it wasn't good. Either way, I think it's only a matter of time. You know, as of probably another a few months, and I think we'll be good. And then we'll be able to get onto WrestleWorld and hopefully take the world by storm. But then again, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Although it is good actually having this this third show because now there's essentially less processing in one go, which I think is beneficial for you guys watching. As it is for me, I don't have to, you know, go on my rambling tangents as I do in between shows. Still going to be a bit of rambling, of course. I mean, there has to be. But yeah, I think this has been a good episode. I think there's, like I said, there's been some decent progression. We've got our first stable. We've got a new world champion as well, which I didn't really go into it too much. Ooh, we got a lot of people relocating here. You got Zippy Deverell, Deanna Desire, Marco Gonzalez, Davis Wayne Newton. He's surprisingly chosen to reside in Manitoba. And then we've got Chip Martin there as well. All right, so let's get into True Test. I would like to get Malik on the show. I mean, the economy's starting to rise again, but it's down to a 27. Hopefully, the wrestling industry will stop falling at about 50. That'd be perfect. Anyway, so True Test. Let's go for a tag team main event. Let's have Americana team up with. I guess he'll team up with the champion. So you go James Diaz. And then I guess Davis Wayne Newton can maybe team up with Chamberlain. I think that'd actually be it's a pretty cool main event. Yeah, I think it's a really cool main event. And I think we'll give Diaz the victory, and I guess the loser could be Malik Chamberlain. I think we have to script it as well because of Chamberlain. I don't think he's ready for his matches to be called in the ring. Up next, let's go with one of our Los Hermanos tag teams. Which one did we lose? I think we used number 3 last time, so let's go number 2. And they can take on LeBlanc and Chip Martin. Probably put them together as a proper team as well. So we'll give Ray the victory as well. I think Luis is probably the worst of the 3. As you can see, Ray, really good basics, and, you know, psychology is not too bad. A couple of good in-ring stats, and then Luis is, yeah, much, much worse. 20 psychology, only 39 basics, so he needs the work. He does have really good menace, though, so maybe I put him on menace in those angles alongside Gabriella. Anyway, it's an interesting tag team match there. Let's go a singles match for, I guess, Goldstein. Yeah. Goldstein can maybe take on Osono. I think we've done this match already, actually. Let's go Cortland Bartlett. Yeah, let's go Cortland Bartlett. I think that's a good match for him to actually be involved in, alongside one of our best workers in Goldstein. Ooh, what's his stamina? Only 48. Okay. I guess he can only go for about 10 minutes then. 8 minutes maybe. We'll try 10. We'll try 10. Okay, he can go for 10, so that's fine. We'll put that there. Then let's go for one more match. And let's go for Gary Walker. And he can take on Osono. Let's have him take on his tag team partner in Zippy Deverell. That's a pretty cool match, I think, and we can give Gary a nice promo there as well. Just a competitive match between the two. It's nothing too serious. Let's also add these two as a team. We don't have to give them a proper name. I don't think they really... I mean, we can suggest a name, I suppose. So let's go Leo Caddy and Chip. Partnership of Pain. That would have actually been a really good name for Sinner and Lester. The Vanguard. Yeah. Collateral Damage actually sounds pretty good. Let me copy that just in case, and let's keep suggesting. Moneymakers, Last Stand. Alright, let's just go with what we had. So let's go with Collateral Damage. I kind of like that name, actually. And of course, for most of their careers, they're probably going to be Collateral Damage, if we're being honest. So there we go. Is he a heel or a babyface? Amazing heel. Okay. Alright, so let's do angles. I think we want to go for... Let's go for Americana, and let's go for James Diaz as well. I think we'll script them both. That should be fine. Then we'll go for Goldstein. And then I think finally we'll go for Gary as well. Actually, we could probably... Let's do this. So let's go Gabriella, and then let's go for Marcos. And this can be before Los Hermanos' tag team match. Kind of like hyping them up a little bit. And then I guess we can make this our work the crowd match. Even though they would probably get a better rating. I do want to build these guys up more, being the Brothers for Life stable. So let's go with that. Last show of the episode. Looks pretty good, to be fair. Anyway, we start off with a 44 rated match, which is kind of better than I thought it would be, but we do have Gary Walker defeating Zippy Deverell in 11:55 by pinfall with a pants pull sunset flip. So a nice victory there for Gary. We then go into a 38 rated angle where we have Gabriela Ortega hyping up the leader of Brothers for Life. And of course, yeah, Gabriela working the crowd well, using the freedom off script. Hopefully getting Marco up a little bit in popularity. Then her boys actually come out and put on a match, getting a 27 rating there. And we have Los Hermanos 2 defeating Collateral Damage in 12-18 when Ray Cavallero pinned Chip Martin with a belly-to-back suplex. And again, the excellent chemistry there for Collateral Damage. We then go into a 61 rated angle for Ozzy Goldstein, and of course he's been missing for a little while, couple of weeks, about a month I guess, and he's kind of pissed off at the fact that he was not included on the last show. He was available, but yet not included in that #1 contenders match for the world title. So he basically takes his frustration out and he gets a 53 rated match. And we have Ozzy Goldstein defeating Cortland Bartlett in 9:44 by pinfall with a golden shower. Bartlett was really off his game, but these two have great chemistry, so that's pretty beneficial. And then we also had Goldstein benefiting from his hot new move, and then his performance also stood out as being good. So Ozzy's he's looking like a star at the moment, and it's going to be actually pretty hard to hold him down. He might get stolen away by CWA. I could very easily see that happening in the near future. Alright, so we then move into our pre-main event angle, which gets a 61 rating, where we have Americana and James Diaz. And they're talking to each other. They're talking about the fact that they're going to be competitors on the next show in just over a week's time at our next pay-per-view. And they shake hands. They say, for next week or for the next show, may the better man win. But let's go out there tonight, work on the same page, get the job done, and get the W. And the main event gets us a 71 rating there, where we have Americana Jr. and James Diaz defeating Davis Wayne Newton and Malik Chamberlain in 1959 when James Diaz pinned Chamberlain with an Asian thumb spike. And that is perfect. Malik Chamberlain and Deanna Desire have great chemistry, and she did some good work at ringside. Also debuting Southern Queen gimmick for her, getting an initial rating of great, so also really beneficial. That's it's kind of like the perfect coming together of two people. Client and wrestler partnership. Anyway, 71's really good. That's a solid show. Hopefully going to help both these guys out a little bit more with their popularity. Anyway, let's finish the show. Once again, we get a 56, which is really good, but at the same time, it would actually be closer to a 60, I believe, had we not had these penalties. So, yeah. Anyway, as far as praise goes, let's go for... we have to go for Ozzy Goldstein. And then I think let's go for Malik and let's go for Deanna, because I'm really happy with the great chemistry they have together. That's it's going to serve us pretty well going forward. Yeah, I definitely like that. Alright, what do we got here? Zeus Maximilian apparently is, he might be leaving. And he would actually come and work for us. That's unexpected, because he would be a big star for us. He's got the popularity. He's going to be $1,400 per appearance, though, which is way too much money. But I would really like to bring him in. I really would. He would be like a perfect sort of senior worker. Let me have a look at his skills again. Does he have any... Yeah, I was kind of hoping that he would have like a mentor trait there. But yeah, we've got Zelquin also coming to Ontario, which is beneficial. Let me shortlist Zeus Maximilian. Alright. yeah, that's going to wrap up the episode, guys. We are still 36 popularity there. Have a look at popularity here for Diaz, of course, up to 41 popularity, which is perfect. I mean, he was only 38 in the last episode, but that's fine. Okay, so yeah, he's going to have his big match against Americana on the next show. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are as well, which is, of course, Spring Stampede. Anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, guys, make sure you smash the like button. And, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on. And apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy and goodbye.